Deal with the auditorium boiler loop system first, and then we'll deal with the building envelope and the dehumidification system second. And then we've got two backup boilers. These cycle on and off, giving each other a rest so that they're not always running at the same time. So these boilers produce all the hot water that heats the pool area and heats the auditorium, the dogwood gym, and the lobby, and it also heats the pool water and the shower water. Okay.
When was this put in?
The Cleaver Brooks.
This part of the complex.
This would have been the original part of the original complex in the '66. Okay. The new boiler, we've had to put up this new firewall here. And so it's a new separation for us, so we're going to go through, you're going to see we're just in the middle of moving some things. What I'd like you to see here, this is one of the air handling units that's been identified in Jim's report. And this is one of the original units from 1966. And it's been chugging along all this time. It's been adapted over the years and been modified to work along with today's thermostats and automated building systems. Okay? But our concern is that it has the same boiler water running through it that has caused leaks in other parts of the building. And so there's a possibility of corrosion inside the lines. And so we're identifying them as work that needs to be done so that we can control when they're The reason we showed you that is we want to show you the source with the boilers, where all the boiler water comes from. The lines that run from the boiler room run underneath the lobby floor, the slab concrete floor, and underneath this slab concrete floor. And in the past 10 years or so, we've had 3 different boiler leaks in the piping here that has caused us to have to jackhammer up the floor and then find the damage, repair it, obviously, and repatch it. Now, one of them was just over here under the telephone. One was right in the doorway to the women's washroom, and the third one, pardon me, happened actually just this fall or summer. And it's right where Jim is standing, and you can see there's a patch on the floor. And in order to find this, we knew that there was a leak happening because when the boiler water loop is leaking, it has to have makeup water come into it so that it keeps the same quantity of water in it all the time. And so we knew that makeup water was running. So we knew the water was going somewhere. And they actually came in with little heat sensors, and they found that the floor over there was about 89 degrees. And the floor just away from it was about 67 degrees. So they jackhammered up the floor, and we were able to find repair. Jim has a sample of what the pipe looked like when we were done. So when the pipes were put in '66, the plans called for them to be sitting inside of a chaseway. And when we dug into the floor, we have not found a chaseway. We found that the pipe is just sitting in earth. And so the pipe is being attacked from the outside by the elements, and it's being attacked from the inside from the boiler loop water. Okay?
But the problem didn't start until we got a leak from the outside in. Then we lost the rust inhibitors. Then the inside started rusting. And during that process, they actually rebuilt the rust inhibitor machine 3 times.
So that was just an error in the installation initially then?
In '66, the plans, as I said, called for it to be in a chaseway, and that appears not to have been done. And we're discovering it now in 2011. Right? So.
What's the chaseway?
Pardon me?
Does it have some kind of a purification system before it comes into the system?
Excellent question. So there is a rust inhibitor that we put in. That gives you an idea of the size of the unit that we're dealing with to deal with the dogwood gymnasium. There must be a coil installed in it so we can have air conditioning in the dogwood gym in the summer. So that was done within the last.
Along the edge of the building, it's more aptly, it should be the building envelope and the dehumidification system. And so this was discovered when we put the staff room addition on here, starting in the fall. So when they cut into the side of the gable end, they found that there was water inside the wall. And we had a site meeting, and it was discovered that the outsolation system on the outside of the building, so you have drywall, something called outsolation, then you had the stucco, that had failed, and it wasn't keeping the cold air outside of the wall. So what you're ending up with is you're ending up with the cold air from outside coming inside that wall cavity, and it's meeting the hot, humid air that's coming from inside the pool. It's condensing, and it's turning to water. And then there's some photos of what was discovered by Maddox when they opened up the wall.
Old wall here, be like a bathroom window in the shower. So the humid air came up here, condensated on that wall, turned to water.
Right. But so again, just improper installation, or
Yes,
Yeah,
in
this
simplest
is the proper
terms,
one
yeah.
here.
Yeah, inadequate drywall, the outsolation, and the stucco again. Okay? And that needs to be considerable patchwork done. And that, again, is caused by hot, moist air coming up through the steel in the roof. And then when it gets heated by the sun, it's bubbling and causing cracks, and we've had leaks. So it's been repaired numerous times over the years. So you're probably looking at that roof having a 25-year life cycle. Is that right, Jim? So the roof is probably going to need to be repaired in 5 to 7 years regardless. And so it might be an idea now to repair the roof while you're tearing into it at the parapet. Otherwise, you're just going to have to reopen it up again.
It's cheaper to do it now than to wait, because we're opening up.
This part of the building over here is part of the original building from 1966. The old swimming pool is actually underneath that roof. The old 25-meter tank was filled in, and then they built right on top of it. Okay? And so that part of the building is from 1966. Right here is where they tied in, and this part of the building is only 18 years old. Okay? Now you can feel it's warm in here, and it's humid. So in 1993, when they put in the dehumidification system, it was designed to remove the humidity and some heat from the air, and then it was going to redirect that back into the water to help heat the water. That system proved to be undersized from the time that it was installed, and it ended up just causing mechanical problems, breakdowns. It was burning out compressors, and those were very expensive, like $10,000 per compressor. They dealt with that for about 5 years, and then they decided it was less expensive to just shut it down than to keep blowing out compressors. So the way that we've been dealing with the humidity in here is just by opening and closing louvers on the outside of the building to let in more fresh air. So Port is asking for a new dehumidification system to be put in.
correct size one this time?
I would hope so, yes. Be all new engineered to today's standards. Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions? About 50% capacity. So we could accommodate a lot more people swimming here than we have right now. Now, certainly at peak times, our numbers are higher than that.
Based on our demographics right now, that in 2026, we would be approaching the numbers of residents to justify 2 aquatics facilities. Due to the fact that we actually we are seeing lower numbers currently, that 2026 might be even a little premature. You know, maybe we're looking at closer to 2030.
Renovating, we've been updating things. The floors have been redone in the pool, things have been retiled. We have all brand new lockers. All those things have been done. We've taken you into some of the areas that the public doesn't get to see.